RoboZone is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Toyota, let's go places. Fanuc America, innovative automation solutions. Hino Trucks, the fastest growing premier medium duty nameplate in the United States. And Operating Engineers 324, we keep Michigan running. It is time once again for the only show in the country that focuses solely on the sport of high school robotics. This is RoboZone. We're powered by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. You're going to get a good look at the new engineering and robotics complex being built on campus. Another reason you need to give LTU a look. All right, we've got a great show ahead for you. We're telling you about the internship opportunities at one of the global leaders in advanced automation. Stephanie Funkhauser has some inside intelligence on team number 5053, the Lakers. And, of course, we've got great highlights from week 3 of the Michigan robotics season. Engage. Entering week 3 of Michigan district competition, we entered the experience phase. In week 3, we saw a total 119 teams come out to play Recycle Rush. 27 of those teams were playing for the second time already this season. Machine upgrades have been made, team strategies have improved, and drivers have honed their skills. We'll start off by looking at what went down at the Gull Lake District competition in Richland, Michigan, just north of Kalamazoo. We saw a healthy mix of East and West Side teams at Gull Lake, with 10 out of 40 teams playing for their second time this season. On Saturday morning, we saw a 104-84 victory by the Richland hometown team, 43-81 the Twisted Devils, Team 830 the Rat Pack, and Team 1677 the Quantum Ninjas. Immediately following in the next match, this score was topped by the trio of Team 3656, the Dexter Dreadbots, Team 3452, the Green Engineers from Berrien Springs, and Team 4409, Simplotics from Niles, putting up a big score of 112. Both of these high scores set these teams up for high final ranking positions at the end of the 80 qualifying rounds. The final rankings put the Twisted Devils in first place with a 72-point qualifying average. The Devils chose third-ranked Bloomfield Hills team 2834, the Bionic Blackhawks, as the number 1 draft, rounding out their alliance of 3 with rookie team 5675, the Matawan Wired Cats. Number 2 ranked Green Engineers with their double-stacking robot went with the Dexter Drobots as their first choice, adding 5152 Alotobots as their third.
We started with 40 teams. We are now down to 24.
Off to the playoffs we went. In the quarterfinals, the underdog 8th-ranked combination of 1504, the Desperate Penguins, 1254 Tech Force, and 3641 the Flying Toasters put up a quarterfinal high score of 91 points in match number 7, successfully scoring cap stacks of 3, 4, and 5 high, knocking the number 3 alliance out of the race and earning them a trip to the semifinals. In the semis, we saw past experience start paying off big. Just like last week, the number 1 ranked Twisted Devils finishing as a finalist at the Kentwood District, while the number 2 drafted Dreadbots finished as a finalist at Waterford on the very same day. Both teams have been to the finals once already this season, and this experience propelled both of these top alliances 1 and 2 to the district finals. Both groups wanted to land their first district win of the year, but there would be only one winner. In finals match 1, the number 1 Red Alliance edged out Blue with a close 96-86 victory. In finals match 2, it was close once more, but the number 1 Alliance prevailed with a 98-72 win over number 2, finishing a stack of 6 and a stack of 5 for the Gull Lake District win. The Blue Banners would go to the Red Alliance, but 4 of the 6 final teams at Gull Lake have now earned enough district ranking points to ensure they will move on to the state championship.
This should pique the interest of all high school students interested in studying engineering and robotics at the university level. Lawrence Tech has undertaken an ambitious $55 million campaign to build the Taubman Complex, which will be home of the Marburger STEM Center. LTU is also upgrading the existing engineering building to provide a collaborative, high-tech learning environment for emerging technologies such as robotics, biomedical engineering, mechatronics, life sciences, and architectural engineering. Check it out.
A great event will happen this coming summer when the construction of the Telsel building will commence. This great structure will link up all the academic parts of the campus and be of great help to the students. It will feature ultra-modern facilities and futuristic opportunities. For this purpose, we have secured the services of a world-class architect.
We looked at the master planning. It is very much to do with supporting, slightly changing, but supporting the idea of the future growth of the campus, which is immense by the master plan.
The Morphosis and Con team have now updated the 3 phases of construction that will build out the entire program that has been thought through at this point. The first phase will be a connector likely that will bring the science building together with the School of Engineering.
The idea that this building is part of the of a campus glue, if it's a connective tissue, that the connective tissue requires a different approach to architecture.
It celebrates the good things about the original Earl Pellerin design and makes it better, makes it that much better, and brings in kind of a modern cutting-edge attitude.
This is the 21st century, and architecture and engineering, it's going to be a continual explosion of ideas and of methodologies, especially at the university level, which is at the forefront.
We want to expand the programs where the world out there is hiring. Natural sciences areas, the robotics area, those are the areas that have growth. They have a technical requirement that needs to be met. There aren't many institutions in position to offer them near as ready as we are and will be with this new building.
It accommodates all these kind of unknown futures, and it requires simplicity and flexibility.
A place where people can meet, exchange ideas, faculty meeting students, students and students, different age groups of people, sharing their ideas. And one idea sparks another idea, sparks another idea. That's what this building can do for the future of Lawrence Tech.
Its success will be that it services known and unanticipated academic needs in the next couple decades. And I think the unanticipated are huge.
To learn more about robotics and all of the amazing programs offered at Lawrence Technological University, please visit ltu.edu and schedule a tour today. Coming up on RoboZone, Kiara Lancaster gives us another look at some exciting things happening at FANUC, one of the top robotics companies in the world. Then we head up to Northern Michigan for the Traverse City competition on your home for high school robotics, RoboZone.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
You may not know us, but you know the things we do.
We build landmarks,
buildings,
highways,
bridges, and pipelines.
We build rewarding careers.
we operate.
We maintain.
For over 100 years, we've kept Michigan running.
And we'll keep it running.
We're Operating Engineers 324.
And we're proud of being part of something special.
Join us.
For over 30 years, we've been the leading supplier of robots, CNCs, and factory automation to American manufacturing. We help companies reach production goals locally and globally with bringing manufacturing back to North America. Our innovative technologies provide world-class quality and efficiency. We train, educate, and develop highly skilled workers, harnessing the power of man and machine together. We are the future of manufacturing. We are FANUC America.
RoboZone fans. For the past few weeks, I've been showing you different paths and opportunities you can take after you graduate high school. Well, we're going to continue that trend this week as we take a look inside of FANUC America's internship program. FANUC is the global leader in advanced automation with 3 to 4 times more robots working in the industrial and manufacturing field than any other brand. So what aspiring engineer wouldn't want to intern here? Their internship program is open to anyone currently enrolled in college or recent college graduates.
When a student comes here for internship, it's an evaluation both ways. We're looking at how they're doing, and they're looking at whether they want to do this for a life. So they get the work experience, but more importantly, they get to know whether they like it or not. There's no job as this is only for interns. It's what an engineers do, but they do it under guidance for some time. But as soon as they're able to do it on their own, we let them do it.
FANUC engineer and Thunder Chicken mentor Ian Milne highly recommends an internship at FANUC.
The interns are more or less what I'm doing. You know, it's not go sit at a desk and here's paperwork for you to file. It's very much what you'll see out in the field. You know, there's no really fluff work in it.
Engineer Amanda Nixon interned with FANUC for 4 years before getting hired into the company, and she says her experience stands out among the rest.
Here at FANUC, they would put me in a new department every time I came back. So every time I came back, it was kind of like I'm doing something completely new, completely different. Whereas everyone else, it's like they would come back from school and they're back doing the same thing they were before.
Only 5 to 7 interns get accepted per semester at FANUC, but involvement in FIRST Robotics can give you an edge above the rest. Former FIRST student Jacob Gardner played for Groves High School Growbots, and he said his experience in FIRST Robotics got him where he is today.
When I went to interview with FANUC, one of the things that they really liked is that I did robotics in high school and I had experience with it. So it made it a lot smoother, made it more likely that I was going to get a job in robotics, and now I work for North America's largest industrial robotics company.
FANUC America is a great company to work for. The amount of difference in the tasks that I do from day to day is very, it keeps me on my feet and, ready to roll with any punches that might come.
To apply for an internship, visit FANUCamerica.com. For RoboZone, I'm Kiera Lancaster.
Time now to get back to the competitions. Week number 3 saw our first Up North action of the year. Traverse City High School had the distinct honor of being the host of the first ever FRC competition. That was 2009, and we've come a long way since then. Let's make our way to Traverse City. Here's Lauren.
Thanks, Stephanie. For 7 years, Traverse City has hosted a great mix of teams from all over Michigan, north, south, east, and west. 2015 was no exception. 40 FRC teams arrived at the frozen North Shores, ready to strut their stuff. Despite being a bit remote, this event was pretty strong, with an average qualifying score of 53 points, the most competitive event of the weekend. In the qualifying rounds, we saw Team 245, the Atom Bots from Rochester Hills, take an early lead. The Atom Bots had the benefit of having played Week 1 at Howell, and they definitely used this experience to make improvements and up their game. Team 245 put up solid scores early on, and by their third trip to the field in Match 17, they broke the 100 mark with a 106. High score of the weekend was set in match number 59 by the alliance of Atom Bots, Team 862 Lightning, and Team 4398 Imprimis Deo from Traverse City with a score of 130 points. They made up triple stacks of 4 and a 40-point co-op stack in the middle. Atom Bots were solidly in the lead at the conclusion of qualifying with a strong 83-point match average. Team Lightning 862 finished second. Hall of Fame Team 51 Wings of Fire were third, with 3767 Titan Robotics in fourth. In the draft, Atom Bots broke convention, choosing 6th-ranked 1711 Team Raptors from Traverse City as their first choice, adding Sheboygan's 5692 Cheap Bots as their third. Lightning Robotics selected 3688 the Sutton Bay Norsemen, along with Gaylord's 5183 Devil Bots to form the number 2 alliance. The Wings of Fire picked Team 3618 Petoskey Paladins and Team 3886 More Titans from Traverse City to join the third-ranked grouping. Going into the playoffs, we had some shakeups. The number 1 alliance took a strong lead in the quarters with a 98.5-point average in 2 rounds. The 8th-seeded alliance of 1596, the Instigators, 2474 Excel, and 5072 the Raiders took second, and the 7th-seeded team of 4391 Bravebots, 5086 the Cadillac Connectors, and 5110 the Elk Rapid Elks took fourth. After 2 rounds of playoffs, the number 3 and the number 4 alliances were both out of the race.
3, 2, 1, rush!
Moving on to the semis, the number 1 alliance continued their dominance with scores over 100 points in all 3 semifinal matches for a 115-point average. The Lightning Robotics Alliance moved on to the finals with a solid 92-point standing. In the Traverse City District Finals, the Atombots Alliance closed out the event and brought home the gold with a 1-2 punch scores of 114 and 111 points. In the award ceremony, Atombots also won the coveted District Chairman's Award, putting the finishing touch on a great weekend for this great team from Rochester Hills.
Coming up after the break, we get an inside look at the 50-53 Lakers team. Then stay with us for highlights from the Woodhaven competition and some expert rankings from our very own Jim Zondag, here on RoboZone.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
You may not know us, but you know the things we do.
We build landmarks,
Buildings,
highways.
Bridges and pipelines.
We build rewarding careers.
we operate.
We maintain.
For over 100 years, we've kept Michigan running.
And we'll keep it running.
We're Operating Engineers 324.
And we're proud of being part of something special.
Join us.
Welcome back to RoboZone. I'm Lauren Plant. Always exciting to see a team make its first state championship, but to do it in their rookie year, that's extra special. And that's what Team 50-53, the Lakers from Our Lady of the Lakes in Waterford, did 1 year ago. Back and better than ever, here's Stephanie Funkhauser with a little inside intelligence.
The 50-53 Lakers joined FRC last year as a rookie team looking to learn about the exciting world of robotics. What they found, however, is that being new to the competitions can be very difficult.
As a rookie, it's tough. You're just thrown into everything. There's a rush your first time out. You really don't know what you're doing. It's like you've been thrown in and sink or swim, but there are so many supportive teams.
And with the help of other veteran teams, the 50-53 Lakers turned into problem solvers and believers, making it all the way to the state championships.
They advise them, the high-level teams, to really, what to focus on. And the big thing was, a couple times we were kind of stuck in going to them and say, what do you advise, or what do we, what are your options here? And they were able to quickly, this is the way to go, and that's a lot better than just spinning your wheels trying to figure out what to do and stuff like that.
The young team also won the Rookie Inspiration Award for their determination.
Rookie Inspiration, when we won that award, we were shocked. It was a pretty amazing thing for us. We came in as a young team and had expectations for ourselves that we would just go out and learn. But to be an inspiration, we thought that was a pretty amazing thing.
But what does the 50-53 Lakers love most about their team and the competitions?
The best part of the competitions is the music. That's what I have to say.
I love it here. It's so much fun. There's a place for everybody here. There's programming team, build team, design, certainly prototyping. Everybody's done a little bit of everything, and because we're such a small team, everybody has the ability to do something.
I'm with my friends. There's also people from other schools with us, so it's like a little organization for us between schools and friends. So it's like a family.
We have some veterans kids, know what to expect, and they're excited for the kids to see if they can get themselves to return to state championships again.
Our final event of the week took us downriver to Woodhaven High School in Brownstown Township. It was a who's who of legendary robotics teams going at it. Woodhaven is one of the new expansion events, and Lauren has all the highlights.
Lots of great teams came out to Woodhaven High School, including Team 27 Rush from Clarkston, Team 469 the Los Gorillas from Bloomfield Hills, 3322 Eagle Imperium from Ann Arbor, and 3539 the Biting Bulldogs from Romeo. But the big news at Woodhaven was Team 1023 the Bedford Express. Bedford came out strong in Week 1 at Southfield, seeding in second place and winning the event. Bedford went home and made some significant upgrades. Their lift is faster. They added a new container grabber. And best of all, they added a doghouse. Right off the bat, Bedford Express came out swinging, putting up scores higher than anything they had done just 2 weeks before at Southfield. This set the tone. 8 out of Bedford's 12 qualifiers scored over 100 points. Check out the giant 20-foot wide recycling container sweeper pole on the Eagle Imperium. Nice! A big change in 2015 is the robots are no longer size limited on the field as they've been in the past. The Bedford team found a simple and elegant solution which takes advantage of this rule. They built their doghouse, a simple ramp-shaped box which when placed under the loading station door allows their robot to load totes very quickly without even needing to move. By attaching the doghouse to the robot with a rope, the Bedford robot is still technically all one piece and thus is legal under the game rules. This simple and effective idea was the key to the Bedford success at Woodhaven. In the Alliance section, Bedford chose the hometown Goon Squad from Brownstown as their number 1 pick, rounding out their alliance with Team 4405, the Adams family from Canton. Eagle Imperium led the number 2 alliance, choosing 3539 the Biting Bulldogs and Team 3542 Speed from Temperance as their partners. Team Rush was captain number 3, inviting teams 469 Los Gorillas and 5263 the Robo Bucks from Riverview to join them in the playoffs. The number 1 alliance meshed well together, and the Goon Squad built a second tethered ramp over the lunch break and attached it to their robot, just as Bedford had done. With both teams scoring faster than ever, they easily led the pack with scores of 134 and 130 in both their quarterfinal rounds. But the Los Gorillas decided to fight fire with fire. Team 469 also built a ramp for themselves, increasing their scoring speed and propelling the number 3 alliance into the second spot in the quarters with an 84-point match average. Alliances 1, 2, 3, and 4 moved on. In the semis, we saw Alliance number 1 again set a record with a combined 143-point average. The battle for second place was fierce, with the number 3 alliance led by Team Rush coming out just 7 points above the number 4 alliance of the Team Trobots, the Pi High Samurai, and the Livonia Warriors. RoboZone! 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 The playoff finals between Alliances 1 and 3 were well played, but the number 3 trio were no match for the dominance of Red, number 1 Alliance. Bedford and the Goon Squad closed out the event with 2 huge wins, including a new Michigan Recycle Rush high score of 184 points in finals number 1. This was the second event win of the year for Bedford, and Goon Squad now has a gold and a silver. After 3 weeks of play, these 2 teams sit up at the top of the district rankings.
I'm Jim Zondag, back in Control Command. One thing we've learned, it pays to be number 1.
We are now halfway through the 2015 district events, with 9 out of 18 events already played. 307 of our 346 Michigan FRC teams, almost 90%, have played at least once so far this season, and 50 teams have now played both of their official district tournaments. We have at least 30 teams who have earned enough district ranking points to guarantee an invitation to the 2015 Michigan State Championship. With a total of 102 spots available, the competition to earn one of the remaining openings will be fierce in the weeks to come. After 9 events, one thing is clear: you really want to be on the number 1 alliance. Traditionally in the FRC, the number 1 alliance wins about 70% of the time, but with Recycle Rush, this ratio is much higher. Thus far, 100% of the lead alliances have won at all of our Michigan district events, and we have seen the same thing across the country at almost every one of the 46 FRC competitions played so far. I expect that in Week 4 we will see higher scores than ever set by our Michigan FRC teams. Let's have a look at who's coming up at our next 3 district events in Week 4. On the shores of Lake Michigan at the St. Joseph District Competition, we'll be watching Team 70, Moore Martians from Goodrich, finalists at the Kettering District. Team 469, Las Gorillas from Bloomfield Hills, finalists at Woodhaven. Team 2959, the Robotarians from Coloma, finalists at the Kentwood District. And Team 3620, the Average Joes from St. Joseph, winners at the Kentwood District. Up in the Thumb in Midland, Michigan, we have the Great Lakes Bay Area District. Check out Team 314, the Megatron Oracles from Flint, winners at the Kettering District. Team 703, Team Phoenix from Saginaw, Michigan. Team 2145, Hazmats from Lake Fenton. And Team 3770, the home team Blitz Creek from Midland. West Michigan promises to be one of our most exciting district competitions of the year. Top teams include Team 1918 NC Gears from Fremont, Team 2054 Tech Bikes from Hopkins, winners at Kentwood, Team 2137 Torque from Oxford, winners at Waterford District, and Team 4003 Trisonics from Allendale, finalists at the Howell District.
Now let's take a look at this week's RoboZone rankings. Here are the top 5 teams in Michigan.
At number 5, we have Team 1025 Impies from Ferndale. At number 4, we have Team 314 the Megatron Oracles from Flint. In our number 3 spot, we have Team 3604, the Goon Squad from Brownstown. In our number 2 position, we have Hall of Fame Team 67, the Hot Team from Milford. And our number 1 ranked team, our first double event winner of 2015, Team 1023, the Bedford Express from Temperance, with a 115-point average qualifying score and an OPR of 86 points. I'm looking forward to Week 4. It's going to be great. Good luck, teams.
Thanks again, Jim. And we're coming back with another episode of RoboZone next week. If you missed any of the show on television, watch it on our YouTube channel. Just search RoboZone Show. Thanks so much to all of our friends with Michigan First Robotics. We couldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it without Kiera, Stephanie, Jim, and the man who puts it all together as well, Denver. We'll see you next week right here on RoboZone. RoboZone is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Toyota, let's go places. Fanuc America, innovative automation solutions. Hino Trucks, the fastest growing premier medium duty nameplate in the United States. And Operating Engineers 324, we keep Michigan running.